Well, as we kick off Black History Month, we're taking it back to our roots. And our guest this morning is helping us do just that with an upcoming event that you're invited to.
Yeah, here to tell you about it is Mr. Josh Beasley. Oh my God, someone called you John. Mr. Josh Beasley, you are the branch manager at the Gwinnett Library, Centerville. First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we'll dive into your background at first. African-American genealogy is something that you're pretty passionate about, right? You have spoken at several conferences about it. Can you tell us why, how you got interested in it, and just, what you want people to know about that?
Sure. Well, like anyone, I got into genealogy because of my family. My mother was really into it, but growing up, I honestly didn't think it was the coolest to kind of squirrel away into the office and spend my time calling distant relatives. But now that I have my own son, I wanted to be able to tell both sides of his family history. So my wife's African American, and when I started to do her family research, I realized it was a lot more difficult than mine. So I have a degree in history. I'm a librarian. I'm supposed to be good at doing this research. And if I'm having these troubles doing African American genealogy, I imagine some of the people that come into the library do too.
So you guys do something called Trace Your Roots, and it's a program that really helps people get to the root of where they come from.
Yeah, we do this program annually. We're going to have it twice this month, on February 8th at 7 p.m. and February 25th at 2 p.m. And we look at basic genealogy resources through Ancestry Library Edition and Heritage Quest, which are free resources with your library card that you can access from our website. And we dive in a little bit deeper into specific challenges that African Americans face when doing family research.
Okay, so that means anybody could come with a library card. Anybody could come and do this and realistically find out something about themselves, or is it something where, sometimes you can't find anything, or how does it usually work?
Yeah, you can usually find not too distant past your relatives. Once you go further back, it gets more difficult.
Right.
Prior to 1870, people that were enslaved didn't appear on the U.S. Census. So instead, in 1860 and 1850, they were on slave schedules, which didn't have names or relatives, which make it harder to navigate when you're trying to find your ancestors.
And why do you think it's so important for people to do something like this? Because I think we hear last names and people are like, oh, you must be related to, and it's like, no, not quite. That doesn't always mean that. So why do you think it's important for people to really know where they come from?
Well, genealogy is, being a librarian, I like to think of it like a story. So it's the story of your family, it's the story of where you come from. And doing this family research can provide context to that story and make you have a fuller understanding of your family's history.
And as you've done this before, what's been the response from the community as they've come in and done this?
Yeah, we've done it for 6 or 7 years now, so the response has been really good. We get people that usually try to hang out after the program just to talk about their experiences doing family history. We started with the United Ebony Society in Gwinnett 7 years ago in a partnership, and we have since continued that program. And yeah, we usually get 40, 50 people out to each program.
That is really cool and something impressive and really a good way for you to kick off Black History Month. Josh, we appreciate you being with us this morning.